Well, we're gonna see you after this, Kenobi. We're just gonna hop right on into things here. BLG, boys in green.
And we're going to be seeing no smite here actually starting for the side of Bilibili Gaming. So that means no over. And actually, Bazzi not going to be in the lineup either. We'll sometimes see no smite and Bazzi coming together. Bazzi, that kind of Widowmaker specialist who comes in and lets Shy play a little bit more towards his hero pool. Shy does have a Widowmaker, but it's not as good as his Tracer or his Hanzo or things like that. He's actually being on the Brigitte now, going to offer some of that CC and sustain potential against this dive coming out from Lucky Future.
Waffle hack, EvilX low. Vettel kind of lurking on the outside of the point here. Free again. Here we go. This is what we saw Free do so much last time we casted them, Kenobi, and that's just chasing down the Far Mercy. But Yakumo doing a great job of shutting that down, shutting down Free, who was trying to shut down the Far Mercy by just hacking Free when he goes for it, right? So great play. They've got to be watching those games, right? So I'm sure they know exactly what Free was trying to go for, and they've come up with a strategy to counter it, and that's really how you do it there. Free goes for the remake, will be shut down. Well, BLG will be able to get the recap. 20% over to Lucky Future, though.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head exactly, Rien, with that call. They always, last week, we saw Free was able to run rough shot over the pharmacy combos, but there he tries to go and snipe Mika in the air. Yakumo there with the perfect hack onto him, and then he goes down, and that just leaves Winter available to pump out so much damage without the worry of the defense matrix, and now he has Barrage available to him, so really well played from Bilibili Gaming at the start.
Yeah, Bilibili with a huge, strong start, and they're just going to EMP 4 members. Winter, though, does die with the Barrage. Mika might want to go for this Resurrection here to try and get that Barrage back online. Supercharger going to be invested here from No Smite. Be shot down. Mello is apparently not a big fan of bongo music. However, the 5-man EMP comes back on through. Winter's the only one not caught in it because he's walking back from the spawn. I guess flying back in this case. And well, Shy will end up dying here to EvilX. Bottled up in the corner by Vettel is coldest, and over the edge he will go. So recap coming through from Lucky Future, 50% for Bilibili.
And we talk about it a lot coming out from last week, but there again, it's Free who does such a good job of getting the pharmacy out of there. He's able to snipe Winter before the healing can even get to him, and they cover the res, so no resurrection available to get him back in. Waffle did use that sound barrier at the end of that fight, possibly in a position where you're going to be wanting it for this next fight, especially with Winter having Barrage available to him. Could have had some sound barrier and some shielding to negate a lot of that damage, but they did cap the point, so now they're going to get even footing in percentage with Bilibili Gaming.
No Smite somehow really quickly built up to that second bongo here, and we're going to see if he is going to use it here, pop it to try and assist that barrage that we might see coming through here from Winter in just a moment if he can find it in the first place. But no, because Mika goes for the res on Shy, who died early, and then Free sees his opportunity to pounce onto Winter, and we'll find that pick. So once more, Lucky Future find themselves in the advantageous position.
Yeah, and unfortunately there, Shy gets a little bit out of position and gets pounced on by the side of Lucky Future, goes down very quickly, so no CC and no sustain with that armor pack available to the side of Bilibili Gaming. No Smite actually going to be switching over to the Reinhardt, and Shy going to be going with the Zarya here, but EvilX gets the pick onto Yakumo, which is huge because now it's at 90% for Lucky Future with the ultimate advantage that they have. This is last fight territory, and Bilibili Gaming, with the swaps they made, they only have the EMP.
Yeah, Lucky Future tosses in the EMP bomb. Shy goes down to himself, unfortunately, and they trade back and forth. Lucky Future, all members EMP'd, all living members, that is. And No Smite trying to follow up on that, but he can't quite hit the charge. And Vettel, meanwhile, will just get the cleave damage onto the backline and absolutely dismantle it. Free finishes off No Smite. Shy will not be able to return to the points. Well, 151 goes the very start here of Nepal.
And BLG kind of playing themselves a little bit with that composition. Not really the hero picks I would pick for this specific team to get the most value out of. Shy is on Brigitte, Yakumo's on Sombra, and one of the things that we talked about with last week with Bilibili is their halt hook combinations, especially with no Smite and putting Yakumo on that Roadhog, were very good and lent them towards winning that match against TSL. Who is also one of the better halt hook combination teams in the league, but it looks like they're going to be keeping Sombra here to try and match what EvilX is playing, because EvilX, as we know, a legacy Sombra player in this region, has expanded his hero pool a little bit because he used to be known as just a Sombra one trick, but here going to be sticking on that Sombra. Yakumo going to try and match it, whereas No Smite staying on this Orisa, so you have the potential to get some environmental points.
Yeah. And I think this is good against Dive, especially. They're going to have a hard time moving on in because of that halt. But again, no halt hook, so that might be a slight downside. They're going to use Evilex here on the flank, looking to kind of set up shop in the backline. They're hacking that mega health pack is big, because if BLG does want to go for that retreat, they now don't have a big resource for healing them. Available to them. Winter going to take this advantage to jump way up high in the sky. Opportunity actually for an environmental kill onto Free, and yes, he's going to take advantage.
Oh, he got saved by the ledge.
He just barely manages to sneak his little leg on that ledge, and will stay alive. Shy, though, will whip shot Waffle, so that'll be the first kill coming through for BLG. Shy somehow stays alive after that, too, which might be the more impressive part of this this fight so far. Mello, meanwhile, frags out, too, before dying to Winter, and now you see the barrage come online. Free pops out of the mech and killed. Nika will be able to get that res, though, as Free did get him with the Bunny Blaster after death. Now, Waffle trying to be a bit of a slippery Lucio, but not for long. And once again, though, Bilibili do concede around 20% to Lucky Future.
Yeah, and there, I mean, you saw really how kind of all in this playstyle is going that Mercy, and if he doesn't get the kill, he's left kind of open to being hacked, to
Really
almost
open.
dying there. Like you said, he has no movement abilities because he's used every single bit of his bursters to try and snipe out that pharmacy from the air, and then he didn't have any defense matrix as well once the barrage came in. So very all or nothing play from Free as the EMP comes out.
EMP comes through. Shy will be the first frag. Mika reses that right back up, but that kill into Shy was big because it doesn't allow Bilibili to follow up on to that EMP whatsoever. And now Sin's getting a bit aggressive here, looking for this 1v1 at the coldest, wants to take this, but we'll toss that butter grenade down. Winter kills Free there, who was outside of the mech because he was bombing. Well, now this is just going to be a great situation for Bilibili. It's just Winter popping off. You know, there's no diva on the field, so there's no matrix, and those rockets are free.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. And now Free is, Free has been doing such a good job so far in the previous series as well, sniping these pharmacies. But if he's not in a position like he was, and if the hacks are good from Yakuma, which it looks like they've been so far, Winter is a very good fair, probably rivaling towards the best fairs in the league, rivaling Mola and Ren and Tuba, who are probably the best two that we have. Winter definitely in that top 3 as we've seen so far, as Free again tries to go for the farmers to come here.
Indeed, but Vettel, meanwhile, going to be slept up, anti-nated as he uses the Primal Rage. Nano boosted as well. Here comes NOC. Winter gets the kill onto Free there because, again, no movement abilities because he's all in on the Far Mercy, and it's going to cost him time and time again. So I'd really like to see some adaptation. Free knows, he can't go for these anymore. It's not working. He's got to swap up his approach here.
Yeah, Winter and Mika seem to have learned and read the book on what Free has been doing to them so far. You saw he went really deep, especially at a point where Winter and Mika were so far up in the air that you would have had to use all of your boosters. He goes in again, Free is going to get lit up, and then there's a barrage with no defense matrix available.
Tale as old as time there, Kenobi. But
Song as old as rhyme.
Exactly. We wiped out here. No chance for them to come back from this at all. Full team wipe, Evilex Desperation swap over onto the Doomfist, but we'll never even get the chance to even be within shooting distance of any of Bilibili. Solid recap. Solid, evening out the momentum after Lucky Future did win that very first map. So it's up to Village now.
Yeah, and one of the things that we saw from both the adaptation, the lack of adaptation, saw Free going to do his old tricks every single time, trying to snipe at the pharmacy every time, and it didn't work, especially on Sanctum, where once you lose those movement abilities as a diva, you can get concussive grenaded, you can get pulled into the pit, you can get hacked, and then you're just an alt battery for Yakumo there. So really nice reads from Bilibili Gaming, understanding what Free is trying to do and playing around it. You saw Winter with his positioning being a lot more up in the air instead of just being lower towards the ground, where it's much easier for someone like Free on the diva to snipe him out of the.
And this is a great map for Farah as well here as we move on to Village. So, frankly, Bilibili, I think they're going to have a field day. We're going to see what Mello and Waffle can do on the Far Mercy of their own. But so far, Winter's looked pretty dominant on this Farah if he gets his room to work with and he doesn't get killed by Free in the early stages of the fight here. But here we go. Seeing the wondrous Farah duel as they miss their shots on each other, unfortunately. But Vettel and Free hacked up there. Free rather hacked. Vettel very low. Both of them very low. And, well, Shy will be the first frag. Mello follows up onto Mika there. That's big. Winter, of course, does not have his Mercy to help him out. Hacked. Winter will be able to get the kill onto Mello there. So, well, The Mercy's live on one side, but the Pharah is dead on the other side. And yes, indeed, neither team has really capped the point quite yet. No Smite will end up killing Since here. Supercharger is available for him. Doesn't want to use it, of course, because it's not really going to find a lot of value. It's just dying.
So I'm actually super happy he didn't use that.
Yeah, exactly. The first cap goes to Lucky Future. We'll see if Bilibili can, again, recap it at around 20%.
Yeah, but EvilX isn't here, and also Free is not in mech. He's going to remech right now. So but EvilX is going to come back into this fight with EMP, but there's one from Yakumo first.
Exactly. He pops it first. Free popped out of the mech. Winter, big opportunity to use this barrage onto the point, but it doesn't even seem like they will need it. Free's out of his mech. No Smite gets the double kill. Great air shot there. But from both Pharahs, actually. They both hit air shots, but doesn't seem like they can get the finishing blow, which is, you know, okay, because the rest of the team is dead, so you don't need the finishing blow. That was a great long-range shot.
Yeah. He's hitting them. And Winter there, really nice patience from him, too. I mean, there's a lot of times where Pharahs, especially in China, once they see they'll immediately that barrage, but Winter very understanding and very capable with his own mechanics on Pharah alone that I could just get these kills by myself, as he's actually doing a really good job damaging this pharmacy combo. Waffle and Mellow getting extremely low from these rockets being hit by Winter.
Yeah, look how high up he is as well. So this is going to be nigh impossible, like you talked about on Sanctum, for Free to even get anywhere near him to do any sort of damage whatsoever. And well,
the halt!
Oh, absolutely beautiful. The halt to take Waffle out of the equation, and then EvilX down as well with the EMP. This is worst case scenario for Lucky Future. Vettel going to get halted back into the team and just wombo combo to death. Oh boy, 50% counting for Bilibili.
That was such a sick play, and the best part about that for Bilibili Gaming is they don't use ultimates to win these fights. They're gonna have 6 ultimates coming into this next fight. Lucky Future only has the EMP and the barrage available to them, just coming up on that Mount Valkyrie and the Nano Boost as well. So this next fight gonna be it's gonna be difficult here for EvilX to even get up really high to try and get the EMP onto the Pharah combo, unless the Pharah combo just dies first for his side.
Winter has been he's been saving this barrage the entire game, by the way. So when it comes out, well, he's been charging up his power for quite some time. It better be a good one. Mellow gonna die right off the bat. Free popped out of the mech. Waffle will be shot out. Once again, this is gonna be another fight win here for Winter. If I'm not mistaken, 10 kill streak. So he's not died in quite some time. Very nice.
Yeah, and this is probably gonna be it here. Bilibili is gonna, as at 96%, it's gonna be very difficult. Future can get it back on the point to contest. It's going to be EvilX just taking it so we get it into overtime, but I don't know what else he can do.
No, nothing whatsoever. Winter, is he going to use this barrage? Does he even need this barrage? They have not the entire map so far. I mean, it almost seems like using the barrage would put you in a bad situation, but finally Winter's going to pop it out and he gets hacked right out of it. They trade back and forth though. Shy's life for Mellows. Mika very low. Vettel, nice pounce onto him to finish him off there. EvilX though low himself. Needs to be very, very careful. We'll be able to translocate and then cloak out of danger. Lucky Future with the recap here. Members low, however, Free especially. Gotta watch out.
And it looks like they're going to try and get back onto the point. The dive comes in onto this Orisa, but a huge anti there from Coldest is able to get Vettel down pretty low. He is going to be able to survive with it.
Oh, so low though is Coldest and will be finished off in the back line. So now no Ana. We've talked about Ana many, many times in the broadcast already. Once you lose it, so much utility. Almost no chance of you winning the rest of the fight. So Lucky Future will continue to hold on here for the time being. 99% though for Bilibili.
Yeah, and they're on one fight territory and they're coming up on combo as well. EvilX here is going to be very important, and also Waffle, they need to force their ultimates very quickly, because if EvilX is able to get that EMP, it's one of the best deterrents against a barrage, unless he gets cooked by Yakumo's EMP. And Free is not even in mech, so a lot of these rockets from Winter are going to be absolutely free. He's about to get back in, but Yakumo here waiting in the back line, trying to get this EMP and make it.
And again, it's just non-stop, pretty much torture, honestly, for Free. He's just popped out of the mech constantly, hacked out of the mech constantly. What can you do? Barrage in! Great body block. I don't even know if that was intentional. I think he just jumped out of the way and just happened to jump right on into it. But great play regardless. Great mitigation of that barrage. However, Bilibili still looking like they're going to take this. EMP comes through. Mika will be able to use that Valkyrie just seconds before that pops through. So no... he will still be able to take full advantage of it. It will be BLG winning this first map on Nepal. Close games, though. Really close games.
Yeah, Lucky Future definitely making it a little bit closer than, if you had told me at week 1 this map would go as close as it was, I probably would have said you're insane. But the changes that Lucky Future have made definitely seem to be paying off. And they're at the end, something that's been really good so far is no smite with the halts, and they don't have they don't have a hog, so you don't have to really save it for those halt hook combos. But he's putting them in such a position where they're getting tapped by Winter. You saw it at the end of that last fight there. It's a nice halt into just a huge barrage from Winter. Winter goes down by getting glide bot quite free. But for the side of BLG, it's looking really good, but Lucky Future not looking too shabby either.
Lafon, come on in here. Let's talk about this control. Definitely a different flavor than the one we saw in the map, or rather in the match just before. This one was really a lot closer.
Yeah, it was. I think it's interesting to see that Lucky Future is this competitive against Bilibili, who are at the top of the list right now in terms of teams to beat. Here in Group E, they're the first place team, obviously, and the only one really matching them in scoreline is LG Huya in Group A.
Right.
Bilibili has the best map differential as well, so it's been a team that has really been a high up, and so for Lucky Future to be challenging, Bilibili, I'm not sure if that's good for Lucky Future or bad for BLG.
Yes,
it's a bit of a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, to be sure. I think here, you're right. Lucky Future looks a lot improved, and they did a really good job of kiting away BLG. Like Bilibili was not able to really play out on Shrine the way they wanted to. They weren't able to really engage in fights that they were wanting to get to, and that really ended up costing them. Here we're going to see the highlights through coming in. As you can see, Vettel. I think Vettel was a real standout on the Winston. The Wrecking Ball, not so much. Stayed alive quite a bit on that second point. Really took a lot of aggro away from this. The problem was here on Sanctum. This was all Bilibili, because Bilibili just controlled. I think that one fight that just happened just before this highlight, in fact, was Coldest was, so it was 2v1, and Coldest was down to like 5 HP and got away, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that was a nice direct. That was a really nice direct, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
They ended up losing this fight, but
a lot of ultimates and particle effects happening.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think Lucky Future has. This is not the same team we saw in weeks 1 and 2.
Definitely
They're
not.
really showing up as a team worthy of contention. And now I think here, if they can take 2 maps off Bilibili, if they can force that map 5, you're looking at a team that should rightfully be a playoff contender, even if they don't make it that far, because I think they've shown that they have the talent required.
Indeed. Well, first map going towards BLG. We're going to see how the series continues after the break. BLG up 1-0 so far in this series against Lucky Future. Once again, Rien joining me is Kenobi. Kenobi, we're moving on over to Paris next. 2CP map. Land of the Bunker, it seems.
Definitely Land of the Bunker. And Bilibili Gaming last week, when they were playing against TSL, I really would like to see more of the halt hook combination coming out from them, as we're going to be seeing actually Over is going to be subbing in for No Smite, so now they're opting for the full Chinese roster that we saw from them last season and this season. And actually Zijin is going to be coming in for Winter, so Zijin we haven't seen in a very, very long time. So this is interesting how they're going to be playing around this, because Zijin is a player who we haven't seen, I think, the entire season so far. That off-tank player. Usually they've been, Bilibili Gaming has been playing that triple DPS, so they haven't really needed him too often, but maybe they're putting Zijin in because that 2-2-2 lock is coming, and you're going to be needing an off-tank available to yourself. You can't just have Yakumo only be playing Roadhog. You might need some flexibility with the Diva, which Zijin, to be frank, is probably one of the better divas in Chinese contenders. We just haven't seen it so far, Bilibili. So very excited to see what Zijin is going to be doing for this team.
Right. And of course, just because we haven't seen him play does not mean he hasn't been playing the game at all, right? I'm sure he's been keeping up in scrims and just practicing on his own, right? So, I don't expect him to be coming into this and he looks rusty, or the team doesn't know how to play around him. I expect him to come in and, the team will just, kind of naturally play around him. Bilibili, of course, is they're an academy team, so they do get those resources from the Sparks
resources. Yeah. So this actually brings an interesting wrinkle into their composition. What I talked about earlier, I wanted them to see them play more of the Orisa Hog combination, and that usually happens with Yakuma playing the Roadhog. Zijin is more of a diva player, but the Roadhog, I wonder how it would look if they're even going to be playing that combination as we're going to be going back into game here into Paris, as we're going to be going, seeing that is going to be our map so far. And Bilibili really just, I want to see what Zijin brings to the table. How are they going to be playing around him? What are they going to be using instead of Winter? Because Winter is that Pharah player, as we're going to be seeing him on the Diva. So it looks like they are going to be running Coldest on that. Coldest not going to stay on the road. They're going to be going 3-3 actually. And this is probably in response to what Lucky Future is running, because Lucky Future throughout Chinese Contenders has always been a team that favors, even last season, favors 3-3 a lot more. So Bilibili is going to opt for just the mirror composition, because Halt Hook doesn't really work too well against the Ghost composition. They also have the Reinhardt advantage now instead of the Winston.
Really interesting choice from Lucky Future to not play the Bunker Bastion comp that we've grown so accustomed to seeing. Well, we're going to see how it pays off for them, if it pays off for them at all. Vettel here jumping, nice idea, trying to separate them and try and cut off their retreat, perhaps. But, ooh, it's going to backfire on them. Free and Vettel both dropping. It's going to be BLG.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive of a dive there from the side of Luck. A bit disjointed and not enough healing going on to Free, as it looks like this is just going to be an easy cap for Bilibili Gaming. And right now, Shy is going to try and just push the advantage here, farm towards that Graviton, because if he gets it, they can very easily snowball towards the second point. No defensive ultimates available for Lucky Future, because Since is on that Ana, that's all they have. And Coldest is already at that Transcendence, so very easily snowballable for the side of Bilibili Gaming here.
Indeed. All right, eyes on Shy. No ultimates for Lucky Future to counteract this whatsoever. Graviton Surge is going to be tossed right in, not eaten up at all. It's looking like it's going to be a slaughter. They trade back and forth, but the big shatter comes through from Vettel, and that'll just clutch the fight out, possibly. There's now a glimmer of hope for Lucky Future to try and come back from the spots. Not if Coldest frags out like that. Zijin will just blow Vettel to bits. The shatter was close, but again, no cigar Kenobi, and BLG. They're just gonna hold on to the point for the time being, or not gonna hold on. They're gonna gain control of the point rather. Freeze popped out of the mech here, and now it's desperation time for Lucky Future. Waffle has to burn that, and overwalking on in here with the shatter. It's a very dangerous ultimate you saw there. Almost turned that last fight around. He's just gonna find an opportunity to use it here. The boop, great setup coming through from Bilibili. You love to see it, Kenobi. You love to see it.
Some incredible coordination from Bilibili to get that shatter off, and it looks like it's going to be a matter of time before they just take this point. Bilibili, we talk about them all the time. This team has been together since last season, and they hit a huge combination there. The boot from Mika into Overshield, or into Overshatter rather. Extraordinary team play coming out from Bilibili Gaming.
That's the chef's kiss right there. That is truly majestic. All right, lafon, let's come on in here. Very, 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 very exciting first attack there in Paris.
It's a bold choice from Lucky Future to go 3-3, to go goats against the best goats team in China, the best standard goats team in China, right? I think, you know, last season Bilibili, even though they didn't make Showdown, they were, in my opinion, the best team to play a standard 3-3, and the reason they lost in their playoff matchup was not because their 3-3 was weak. It's because they couldn't handle the Sombra. That was the big difference between why they underperformed last season, in my opinion. And I think here, this is a real sight of hubris from Lucky Future. Just because 2-2-2 lock is coming in playoffs, it's currently still the regular season.
Yep.
Does not mean that Bilibili forgot how to play goats. Like, that doesn't work that way. And I think that's just that's overconfidence, in my opinion, from Lucky Future. And it's going to end up costing them, because now on Paris, you know, you have one of two situations. Either you get full hold or you double cap for steamroll, accepting the Paris we saw earlier today. But I think here, you know, for Lucky Future, that was a really big miscalculation. And, you know, heading into Time Bank, that is probably going to cost them in this map.
I definitely agree with lafon. Their Lucky Future, their best composition has always been the 3-3, but it's Paris. It's not, you know, it doesn't have the same value. You could easily have played bunker composition. We know you can play that as well. So again, hubris, like lafon mentioned, definitely coming out to bite Lucky Future in the butt a little.
Could be rolling out once again.
They're doing it again.
Bilibili, though, they are playing this this bunker-esque comp. No Bastion, interestingly enough. They play the triple DPS with Torb, Junkrat, and Widow.
Lucky Future is actually in spawn, and they're taking quite a while to decide what they want to pick. It looks like they're actually going to be going with the Halt Hook combination this time with the Pharah and with the Sombra. So having that pick potential available to them. The thing is, though, Bilibili Gaming has a lot of shield breaks. So Vettel and Free and the rest of the people behind the shield are going to have to be very careful when it comes to sitting behind that. They can't get caught out by something like a Junkrat, mine, like Sins does right there.
You got the devil. And this is just delaying them even more, right? Bilibili took that so quickly on their first attack on A, whereas Lucky Future, they burned a lot of time. Really, that was the first fight we had, and it took them a long time to even swap up for that composition. I don't even know if you could call it a fight because of how quickly it ended.
Yeah. Now they're going to try Lucky Future and come back. Shy is air in the sight lines a bit now and trying to pressure out Mellow. The Halt Hook comes in, doesn't get into anything just yet, but Since goes down again. It's a lot of healing you've lost. And Shy dinks Mellow. That's going to be the end of that fight. And more waiting for Lucky Future.
Yeah, Shy, great Widowmaker. I mean, we know he's a great Widowmaker, and he's proven it here. If you did not believe, if you were not a believer before, please subscribe to the Shy School of Thought.
The Church of Shy.
The Church of Shy, indeed.
Yeah, everyone needs to, Shy is only 16, by the way. That's probably one of the most incredible things about him is he's incredibly young and arguably one of, if not the best DPS in China at the moment. Could play almost anything at such a high level. His Widow, definitely not his best hero, but he still has mechanics to make it work.
Indeed. Free pushing up here, about half HP. Vettel dies to the Junkrat mine. I mean, that's the thing, right? When you're trying to dive into this Junkrat, it is going to be so incredibly difficult. And well, now he's got the tire online too. That's basically another fight win, almost single-handedly, as long as he finds value with it. So BLG are in a absolutely stellar position to win this.
And Lucky Future, the thing about the 3-3 is that a lot of it relies on what you haven't had anything to speak of in terms of ultimates coming through. Mellow only 20% towards that graph.
All right, out comes the tire here. Should just be able to kill one of the tanks. He's juking around. Yep, Mellow dead. Well, Zijin does pay for it with his life. His turret, though, does get a kill post-mortem onto Free. So taking that Matrix out gives Shy free reign here, and he is able to shoot down Waffle with the help of Yakumo. Zijin res back into the fight. LG, once again.
Shoot me.
Yeah. I dare you.
I dare you. I have a shield. Shy is playing super aggressive here. Like, this is...
Shy is aggro.
Like, he's just sitting in front of them, almost taunting them, be like, come on, jump on me, do it, don't do it.
I mean, he's getting a little bit cocky. I think, rightfully so, based on how he's been playing so far. He deserves it, indeed. But, he's got to be careful. It doesn't let him get the better of him. And now, yes, you're trapped.
Oh.
Parking lot. And it is an absolute murder. Who would think such a thing would happen in the parking lot of a police station? There's police cars right there. Where are the police? Where are they, Kenobi?
Someone arrest Yakumo. He's killed 4 people.
He's wanted.
He needs to be in jail. And Bilibili needs to be in jail about what they're doing to Lucky Future. Like, this is pretty, like you say, against the Geneva Convention right now. Mellow is only 50% towards grab. He's been on this Zarya for such a long time. The dive comes in onto Coldest. It's not going to get anything done just yet.
This just definitely does not seem like Lucky Future's map. Well, Kenobi, you never know. We might see some crazy last-minute overtime push here. Yakumo, though, kills Waffle. Out comes the tire. Should end things out. Yes, indeed. Send him on the highway to spawn. Free will kill Yakumo as he's still in the tired cooldown. But yes!
Yes!
Zijin!
Add to the list.
Add him to the list.
Add to the list.
Another hammer kill.
That's like
for
the
books.
third, I think. That's the third hammer kill we've had, I think, in Chinese contenders. It was Micha first, and we've been witness to 2 of them, so
we have been.
I think if you want hammer kills, come to us.
I'm a little bit proud of that one if you can't tell here, but Zijin ends things out with a nice hammer kill there.
What a way to come back. What a way to come back. You haven't played all season, and then you come back and get a hammer kill.
Kill right off the bat. All right, LaFon. Come on in here. Let's talk about that Paris. Wow, did BLG look dominant?
Yeah, I mean, this is the best team in Chinese contenders right now, right?
I think that proves it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that particularly proves it, but I think Lucky Future
that and a lot of other things.
Right, but I think map number 1 after map number 1, I thought, well, Lucky Future has a chance to make this competitive. They looked pretty good on control, but we've said for a long time, control is the great equalizer. and Assault is the great exposure. Like if you're not a good team, you will not perform well on Assault, and that's kind of how it went here for Lucky Future. Bilibili was just in control the whole time. I think I mentioned at the half of the map that I thought that Lucky Future going goats against Bilibili was a mark of hubris, and I think Bilibili said, yeah, we don't need to play the 3-3. We're just as good at these DPS characters, and kind of proved it.
Yeah.
They sure did. And with this matchup, we kind of touted it as being the Bilibili Gaming hasn't been tested that much. They played LGD in week 1, but LGD is a very different team now than when they started. So they didn't get really tested by them.
Namely that too. Kadalis only came in map number 4, which is the only map they lost. Right.
Yeah.
Well, LGD won that one.
Well, yeah, LGD won. And then, they played Light Gaming, not a lot of value there. And then they played TSL last week. So this was one of the games we thought, as we're going to be seeing some highlights, this was going to be one of those games where they were finally going to get tested, and on this map, it doesn't look anywhere near being tested. This looks like it's complete and utter domination by Bilibili Gaming.
Oh yeah, look at this.
That was a pure setup too.
Yeah, really nice. Well played.
Beautiful.
I know. I'm gonna get hate for this one, but plays like that made me love goats so much. I'm kind of sad I don't see any of them anymore. But for Bilibili, they don't really care. I said this too. That they said they're gonna come in with DPS and still look just as strong. They controlled every single entry point. Yeah. Part of the reason that was a really good trap. Part of the reason why BLG was so good in this particular defense is that they were able to restructure their positioning such that they controlled every single choke that Lucky Future wanted to go through. And the rotations were very strong, and obviously it helps when you have DPS players of the caliber of Shy.
Yeah, and I mean, when talking about Shy, Shy's getting super aggressive, like standing in choke, and they're just not doing anything about him because they're so scared of the spam damage coming out from the side of BLG. And for Lucky Future, I think they just kind of turned off a little bit when they were making those dives. Vettel was diving in by himself sometimes, not having the help he needed. And in terms of ultimate charge, if you're playing 3-3, one of the things that makes 3-3 so good is your ults. And Metal ended that map with about 50% of Zarya charge, and he'd been on it for about 2 or 3 minutes, which is almost passive charge. That's Micha season 3 of 2018 charge right there. You don't want to be in the same category as that. So Lucky Future definitely for the next half need to go back to the drawing board and fix some things. You can't play the mirror into BLG. It's just not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Well, halftime break now, so we're going to throw it over all to that, but we'll be back with map 3 after this. Going to be moving on over to Hollywood, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hey, welcome back from the break. Kenobi and I are back again. I'm going to bring you map 3 coming up very, very shortly. It's going to be Kenobi.
Hollywood.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to be going to Hollywood as our third.
On your toes.
I think I lagged a little bit. Sorry about that. I think I talked over you. Whoopsies. My internet is absolutely great right now.
Well,
thank you.
It is what it is.
Shout outs to Cox Communications. Big thumbs up there.
Big thumbs up there. All right, Hollywood indeed. That's going to be our next map. So far, BLG, though, up 2-0 in the series. They've been looking pretty solid so far. I mean, we just saw a hammer kill from Bezijin, but unfortunately, he will not be joining us for this
Imagine
next
map.
Winter.
Subbing out the person who got a hammer.
Come on. I know.
Like, what is this?
He's all juiced up. He's fired up. He just got a hammer kill. He's riding that high, and then you're just gonna be like, "Wow, you're not playing Hollywood, by the way. Sorry."
Which isn't like that bad of a map for Torbjorn. Like you can play a Torbjorn map, as it looks like. This defense based on, I think it's going to be Lucky Future who's going to be on the defense based on the composition I'm seeing from them. We have the Sombra and we have the three tanks. So guessing that's going to be. And on the offense, I'm seeing more DPS. We're going to be seeing BLG come out with their triple DPS with Winter in the lineup. That makes a lot of sense. Shy going to be on this Hanzo, another one of his phenomenal DPS picks that has that huge carry potential that we see from this player.
Right. Winter popping up over on the side. I mean, well, in fairness, Winter was a crazy good Pharaoh. We saw that. So, I guess if they were starting on defense, maybe you want to start Zijin here on Torb and see what he can do. But starting with Winter, not a bad option as well. Really, it's just either or in that situation. They're both great players. So.
Shy taking a flank here, but Over rolls in and rolls over Sins. They did not expect that.
Literally, Sins was thinking it was just gonna be a classic good old 1v1 there, but no, indeed. Over comes on in. He's gonna interrupt that one. Shy goes down over on the side though, so it's 5v5 on the points. The spawns are a little bit weird. I don't think there's a set like, oh, they have a lot closer spawns. Battle though, shield completely and utterly gone. So low, and Winter will be able to take him down. It's just EvilX left on the Brigitte there, and well, he's going to be dead very shortly as well. No, not if he can keep himself alive like that.
Shy.
Yeah, Shy though. Meanwhile, just again, domination on this Hanzo. We saw him on the Widowmaker, now we're going to see him on the Hanzo. He is just good at snipers in general. Projectile DPS, that is his specialty after all.
And going into 2-2-2 lock that we're going to be having for playoffs, because BLG almost pretty much at this point basically guaranteed the fact that we'll be seeing them in playoffs. It's just a matter of where and what seed they're going to be having. This duo of Shy and Winter, one of the deadliest duos in the league, probably rivaling the LGD duo right now of Wanli and Kadalis.
Oh, and here we go. The barrage comes through. EvilX dead before they can get that EMP out from free. Vettel, though, will be able to bat down the grounded Pharah that was Winter there for the moment, but Shy is still holding on to this. Storm arrows coming through. Since bad position and will go down. Winter just brought right back into the fight. We'll get lasered down there by Mellow, but it doesn't even matter in the long run. With Winter back into the fight, it's just going to be that for BLG once more.
Yeah, and the thing about the composition that Lucky Future is running, they've actually now, but beforehand, they didn't have any high ground presence. Shy was just able to sit on the high ground and just, you know, notch his arrows and throw them into the backs of Lucky Future, and they're kind of just didn't know how to deal with him as Since went down very easily in that last fight. Coming into this next fight, though, they're gonna have a Graviton and a Nano and a Sound Barrier available to them.
All right, here we go. Starting things off is the kill onto Since, who has the Nano boost. Vettel drops next. Mellow, desperation grab, but there's just no one to follow up on it. Everyone's already dead.
Yeah, this is just complete and utter domination right now from the side of BLG. Mellow throws out the Graviton, gets absolutely no value in a fight that was basically already lost as soon as Since went down. BLG gonna very easily capture this point, and Lucky Future looking completely lost on how to deal with anything BLG throws at them. They can't win the 3-3 Miro. They can't beat the DPS comp that they're bringing out as well. And this is looking like it's going to be a very big time bank for the side of BLG. They're going to be able to cap this point. Yakumo has EMP as well, so Waffle has to be very, very careful with the Sound Barrier that he's got.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast these ultimates are being built up there. In comes Waffle. Yakumo, though, EMP comes in. This is second floor, so good avoidance there from Waffle. Vettel, Waffle, and EvilX actually do manage to get 3. So Lucky Future hold back the tides of Bilibili for the time being. But that's like trying to plug up a dam with one finger, right? It's well,
you know what they need? They need some flex tape. That's what you need to be plugging up. There. This Vettel gonna be diving in here, going pretty aggressive, get some nice cleave damage done, and as farmed up towards this problem.
Oh, Yakumo slept though. Might be an opportunity to follow up for them. Yes, indeed, since we'll be able to get that kill. That's a big one too. So Bilibili, again, this is a situation where almost you kind of have to drop back. Charge though from Over in the corner. He's like a cornered snake. He strikes back. And that is not a situation you want to be in against him. You know, there's going to be a double kill coming through from Mika. Bloodthirsty supports coming through as expected from BLG there. And they're going to continue to push the cart here with 3 minutes and a little under 30 seconds on the clock.
I really don't like that primal rage from Vettel there, even though he is making the swap off of the Reinhardt. All you've done at that point is you just given the opportunity for BLG to farm up their ultimates off of the 1,000 health bar that you have. And unfortunately for them, Shy, with all the damage that he put into Vettel in that primal rage, it has Graviton, which is used right now.
Shy catches 2 members, charged in onto EvilX. Vettel finished off soon after. You are next, Mellow. And well, again, BLG, they are in the driver's seat right now. And well, Lucky Future, they have no choice. They're not even in the passenger seat. They're not in the back seat. They're not even in the trunk. They are strapped to the roof, screaming for their lives as they go 80 down the highway. And BLG,
yeah, they're in a really, really bad.
This is brutal.
Yeah, and again, it's like Vettel. The primal rage, it doesn't get any value. Sure, you're trying to disrupt, but you're at their spawn. Like, there's nothing really that the primal rage is going to get you. And the 20% or 20 to 25% that Shy farms off of you because he's so high charge end up coming in clutch at the end because he hits a grab. No support ults available, nothing really to negate a lot of the damage coming from that grab. And again, it's an issue where you can't play the mirror of 3-3 against this team. It's just they're gonna out mechanic you, out ultimate economy you, and they just seem so much better in terms of dealing with this combination.
Yeah, the thing is I mean, every single member on BLG is just they seem so comfortable in their roles of on 3-3, and you see it there just how dominant they were once they were in that mirror, and they're gonna. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Might as well keep playing this, but well, I guess it's more 2-2-2, and never mind. Winter swaps over to the Brig, and now it is officially 3-2-1.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing here on the defense, or on the offense rather, and then they're going to be. I don't know if this will stick because of Waffle on the Genji, which I definitely don't expect. That would be very interesting as we see Shy, you know, practicing some tech skill.
Yeah, okay. He's got to be careful. He doesn't die.
Yeah, he was playing with fire right there, but he's gonna get healed back up by Coldest as Lucky Future. I expect Waffle to swap over to the Lucio here, and they're gonna run one as we've seen from them before. Actually gonna be running the triple support variant, so Mello gonna be on that Brigitte, maybe unless they switch. So nope, they're gonna be switching just Vettel, so gonna have that static shield available to them, and they're opting for no Diva at all. So this is going to be this is going to be interesting for Coldest, because Coldest is going to have a lot of avenues here to hit really big biotic grenades because there's no Diva on the other side to eat anything.
Right, but by that same token, so does Since. Both these teams not opting for the Diva, so we're going to see who's going to take advantage of that more. Free going to be hacked right off the bat. In goes the anti-nade. It's just a little bit too high, though, and it kind of skirts right on past everybody, so not much found. Over going to be charged into the side room, finished off by Free. High energy again, great work on him building it up right off the bat. The bubble usages so far between these two Zarya's have been quite stellar. And while this is going to be Lucky Future's fight to lose at this point, Shy 1 HP gets an armor pack from Winter there. Just great peel keeping him alive. And you know,
Waffle.
Bilibili, they've kind of kited Lucky Future around the entire point, and they managed to sneak a kill into Waffle, and they've kited them around for enough time to allow Over to return. So an incredible play comes through, and now the anti-nade lands. Over will just finish off Vettel there. Free slept as well. Incredible play from BLG. You know, just kiting around Lucky Future, not allowing them percentage on the point to allow Over to get back. It's so smart.
And once they did that, the other thing that was really good has been from Mika there was the boop that he booped the entire front line into the waiting arms of Bilibili Gaming there, and Lucky Future just couldn't do anything about it. And now Bilibili Gaming has such an advantage when it comes to the ultimates. Mika is the only one that's sub 50 right now and even has % available to him. So this is very dangerous for the side of Lucky Future here.
This is extremely dangerous. The EMP is going to come through, and they're just going to shatter EMP, the classic combo, and it's going to find results. As usual, big knockback. There's going to be a bit of a stagger onto Free. Sleep could have been longer, but they're just going to opt just to kill him right then and there.
Yeah, and then just a clean as you like combo coming out from the side of Bilibili Gaming. You get the shatter, you get the EMP from it, and then they're just able to clean up the nano boost came out from Since onto Free, but all he was doing was delaying the inevitable. But luckily for them, they are able to get those ultimates out because now they're coming back with their own ultimates. But unfortunately for them, Shy does have this Graviton available, and Mika is going to be close towards this sound barrier.
And in goes the Graviton Surge. You're seeing again Over. Watch the ult charge on Over, by the way. Went from just using the Shatter to now he's got another one. And they're going to full wipe, and the EMP goes through from Evil X, but no value.
Yeah, pretty big disastrous EMP there from Evil X. And I really like from Shy there the aggressive grab play. They're not standing on ceremony. They say, all right, we have the advantage with the high ground. We're just going to use this we're going to use this Graviton proactively. You're not going to be expecting it. They also track the fact that Waffle didn't have sound barrier, which is really good as well. So really nice coordinated play coming out from Bilibili Gaming, and Yakumo almost already towards another EMP.
Right, and if they just EMP Shatter once again, right, this is the thing, the ultimate rotation that you see with Goats, in that you get, you farm Shatter off the grab, you farm grab off the Shatter, so we're going to be hopefully seeing that here. Yakumo trying to go for the hack here, finds it onto Vettel, and now he's turning him into his own personal ult battery. Evil X, no! Oh, he lives
really
somehow.
Good shield. Sorry, Bubble.
That was a very dicey situation for him. Literally 1 HP, I think, with the anti-nade, so he was definitely scared for his life. Yakumo holding on here with the EMP. He's letting Over know. He's waiting for the opportunity. We're going to see it here. Pop it down. There you go. Perfect timing once again. But great dodge from Waffle, mitigating that as much as he can. However, Vettel still bursted down at the very beginning of the fight. We're going to see the Namorita on the field. Free will be lasered out by Shy. Again, high charge on that Zarya. And the thing that I love is how the two tanks on Bilibili are playing Over and Shy. Shy kind of plays almost in front of Over when they're very static, so he can absorb a lot of the damage that would have gone to the shield. So he's farming up his bubbles as much as he can. EvilX will get one kill on the another. You're kidding me. That is insane. He just used his not that long ago, and the fact that he's already got another one just shows you how much of an impact Shy is having on this game. Both the tanks, Over and Shy, playing out of their minds here, really, on BLG, and they're gonna take Hollywood there.
Yeah, they're playing like the best team in Chinese Contenders right now, for sure. And you saw Shy at the end there, 20-player kill streak. I don't even think died once that entire defense.
That is crazy.
I mean, it's just, you can't play the mirror into this team. It's so difficult. They cover so many bases with their players.
I mean, I would have to go back and check the VOD there, but I really think I don't even know how many members of BLG actually died. I don't think it was that much on that defense. That was a stalwart, absolute a bastion of a defense, completely and utterly impassable. So LaFon, let's bring you in. Let's talk about that Hollywood. And man, these maps rather have been going so quick.
Yeah, I think one of the things, the note there that's most impressive to me was that kite on the first attack, or on the attack of like, so good. It's rare that you see a kite work so well that not only do you win the fight out eventually, but you don't even give up progress on the point.
I know.
That
was the craziest part.
That's the biggest thing to me, right? It's not just that they won the fight out, because I think eventually Bilibili was going to get there. They did have better respawn time. They had better economy. They had better resources coming through. And they were the better GOATS team. But it was just the fact that they were able to just contest consistently. And it's so good. I think that really shows that Bilibili, I think last season there was moments where when they were forced off the 3-3, you could tell that they were uncomfortable, right? When they were forced to the 3-2-1 or whatever the case may be, they looked like they weren't able to really reconcile those communication differences. But here, I think this season, we're kind of seeing this is a Bilibili that's better than last season, and are trying to make up for that for their poor showing in playoffs. So looking very good.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that Bilibili has this season that they didn't have last season is they have Winter. Winter played very little last season, and if he did play, it was only on Brigitte, and now he's coming in, showing himself to be one of the better Pharahs in the region, top 3, definitely compared to the rest of the ones we have as we see these highlights. Winter already in the kill feed.
Yep.
Not only was Winter like in the kill feed consistently, I think one of the things is the amount of pressure he was able to do with the Pharah, playing super aggressively, oftentimes within melee range reach. Oh, that's such a good combo. And what do you do? What do you do if you're the enemy scene? But I think,
so perfectly timed too.
Yeah. Being able to take damage. By the way, this play here is sick. The EMP comes out, the countergraph comes out. Look how low the players, some of the players on Winter. Look at how low Winter is. Just stays alive at the very last moment. Another EMP shatter.
Another EMP shatter.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's just BLG. Yeah, go ahead.
No, and they blow up the main tank before he gets the sound barrier. So the timing is impeccable.
Yeah, BLG just looks like they've been together for as long as they have. This has been a team like the core of this team, Mika, Cole. This team comes from Flag Gaming, who would be the Season 3 grand finalists, and then you have so many good pieces around that. You have Shy, one of the best DPS in the region. You have Winter slowly showing himself to be one of the best Pharahs in the region. So you have a lot of good pieces around this team that has been together for quite a while.
And I think it's time that they feel it's time to start showing what they're capable of. I think they want a grand finals piece. I think they want to go to Gauntlet. They want to be the team representing China this season, because I think they believe that they are the best team in China.
Yeah, and well, they're looking to prove it right here. So map 4, will BLG walk away with a 4-0? We'll find out after the break. All right, so in that break, we're going to have another sub coming in on. No Smite coming back in. We saw him play that very first map on Nepal there and played quite well, let's say. So we're going to see him here on our fourth and final map, may I add, which is going to be Rialto. Will BLG walk away with a 4-0, or will Lucky Future manage to come back and maybe sneak one map win in? I don't know, but if BLG, if they keep playing the way they've been playing so far, I think it's going to be really hard for Lucky Future to do so.
Definitely, and this is the map where Bilibili has had the most problems in. Actually, all of their losses on payload maps like this. The first one was against LGD, and on Havana, where they lost to basically they lost to LGD, and Kadal's really showed his stuff and started to become the player that we know him as today. And then on last week, last week when they played TSL, they lost this map as well when Over and No Smite were playing, or not Over and No Smite and Bazi were playing. So for Bilibili Gaming, this map type is one that they kind of have an issue with. It's usually at a time where they're already up 3-0, so they just say, okay, put in No Smite.
Right. And you know the thing is, it's not even like Lucky Future is necessarily like a bad team. They're not a bad team by any accounts. I mean, we've seen them play before, and they are a great team themselves. But it's just that BLG, they're just playing so well, so cohesively that they're basically just bypassing them. They are in this case far above them in terms of their power level, and it's quite frightening to see. So on Realtor, we're gonna see if that power level is gonna be diminished at all by the map type, or if they're just gonna continue what has been just a very, very dominant showing so far.
I mean, this is the best team in China, right? I think there can't be said any doubt. You know, T1W and LGD in that conversation a little bit, as well as who still has the 3-0 record, but have looked shaky a lot of times. So for this team and for the side of Bilibili Gaming, another 4-0 here would do wonders for them. They most likely, I think, probably guarantee themselves a spot at in playoffs if they haven't already. And for Lucky Future, if you're now 1-3, so any map differential that you can get, if you take a map here off of the side of Bilibili, that definitely helps you in your quest to get that 4th spot and to try and sneak into playoffs.
Yeah, Bilibili starting off on the attack here, running this classic, Risa Hog 2-2-2 with the Farm Mercy and the Hanzah. Good combo. I mean, we've seen it many, many times before, and it has found a lot of success. So BLG going to be trying to replicate that success here and now on their final map. And you're going to see nice hook. Vettel, I think he just straight up get down Mr. President and whoever was behind him there. I believe it was Mello, but Mello going to come through here and get 2 kills off the back of that. And BLG will be driven back for the time being, but they're definitely not deterred. 3 minutes left on the clock for them, but still good start for Lucky Future. Mello close to the barrage here, which is going to be big.
Yeah, that was a really nice hook combo from them, but Free was able to peel for his team, but now he wasn't in mech, and Bilibili are going to clean up a couple of these kills, as it looks like Winter has finally got his back onto the Pharah. He's trying to get Waffle, can't get him just yet.
Yeah, they regressed so quickly into this, and that's a good sign, right? They're bouncing back into it. They know this is a winnable situation to be in the payload, right? It's not stopped moving. So even though Lucky Future, they technically won that last fight, it doesn't even seem like they have because of how quickly Bilibili just bounced back. You're going to see the barrage come through from Mello. And Vettel will be, by their combined efforts, they managed to get 3 kills.
Winter?
However, Winter still popping off, moves in with a barrage of his own, Free out of the equation. However, Evil X will shut him down, and then looking for Coldest here. So Bilibili, will they be stopped?
No. Coldest.
They do, however, they res Free back in this, so he will be there on the point, and that does buy enough time for Vettel to get back. But once again, same exact thing applies for Bilibili, and there's a halt hook combination that you see onto Free, popping him right back out of that mech whole hog because they know they got no matrix. They're going to push him over onto the side there. No chance for them to contest the card until really it's almost too late. Nice hook onto Free to deny him the mech, and that will be the cap going to Bilibili. Again, great re-aggression from Bilibili.
Yeah, Winter really clutches it out there with a couple of kills, and unfortunately for Evil X, he isn't able to finish the kill on Coldest. Coldest was about probably like a quarter health, maybe not even that, maybe 10, 25 health, but he wasn't able to confirm the kill, and you would have really liked to gotten that kill. You would have lost a lot of healing in the anti-nade potential, which ended up coming in clutch for the side of Bilibili as they took that first point.
Lucky Future trying a different approach here, taking the high ground for the time being. They stun up Coldest and they hack him as well. Managing to stay alive though for the time being. A lot of Bilibili popping their ultimates now. You're going to see the Supercharger and of course the Rally come out. Nice bomb from Free, removing Coldest from the equation. No nano boost as well because he dies with it. Bilibili now 5-man EMP just to seal the deal, and that will be that. Actually, I might have spoken too soon there, Kenobi. Shy does kill Waffle. They refrag on Amika. Vettel will knock Shy over the edge. Does die to no smite. So, again, Bilibili, they are just unstoppable. It seems. I don't understand. I don't understand how they come
even
back
when they're
from that.
losing it, even when it seems like they're losing fights,
They're not even losing.
Bilibili is so good at is continuing to fight from behind. We saw it a little bit in Overwatch League with the San Francisco Shock taking these fights from behind. You saw No Smite and Yakumo there going into the backline and doing a lot of damage, something you don't really see from an Orisa too often, but they were able to snowball and get a couple of picks that they needed, and now they're still rolling onto the second point.
Yeah, and here we go. Barrage from Winter available. He's just got to settle for the nano boost for the time being. I mean, these fights, they're just so interesting how BLG manages to come back from it as we see the Barrage come through here. Slept and whip shot at the same time. Not a nice combo that I'd like to have happen to me on any time of the week, but Shy will kill Miller right after that. And the thing is, right, I've called so many of these fights and I've gone, oh, Lucky Future has won this, but then Bilibili come back. It's just, it's so hard to do it because
Cast a curse.
you never know. Exactly. You never know what Bilibili is going to pull out of their magic hat at the last second.
Yeah, and one of the things there that I like from Bilibili is the coordination that I'm seeing from the team and just the understanding from Winter there with his barrage. He sees that Free got hooked into the rest of the team, so he's like, all right, this is a free barrage to the back line. He gets a couple of kills, and Bilibili wins from there. So really good understanding of the positioning of the enemy team and how they can push their advantages with those Halto combos, even though they aren't getting picks.
Battle pushes on out. We'll just kill the Bongo from No Smite right away. Winter here again. Double kill with the barrage. We're going to see the Halt come through. So much damage being dished out. It is a world of pain for Lucky Future right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult for them to even have a chance to stop this payload right here. They do have the Graviton from EvilX that could make some work happen, but they're very close here. They could possibly take it just right now.
Yeah, Winter again on this Pharah. Cannot be understated the amount of impact he has had. It's literally with the direct hit rockets. Yeah, right. Nice sleep on him. He does get woken up right off the bat. Graviton surge in. Big opportunity.
No.
No way.
No.
No way. No.
No.
I'm gone, Kenobi.
That's kind of unacceptable. That's who was contesting that? I don't. Well, it looks like Rien is actually. Oh, there he is. Okay, so
what have we witnessed here? What have we witnessed?
I can't. I don't know what happened. For sure, that's a C9. There's no way I can be called anything else that is a Charlie Niner.
Charlie Niner.
There's no way it looks so good, right? They sleep Winter out of the air. He falls into the Graviton. You have this Graviton that gets 3 or 4 people. We need lafon back in here to talk us through that.
We need lafon. We need him here. Please help us. How do we make sense of this madness?
They were chasing kills. That's what it comes down to. I mean, Kenobi's absolutely right. You can't have that happen. But Lucky Future see a fight win, something they haven't seen for 4 maps. So actually, it was only 3 maps because they did. my apologies. No, but yeah, they're chasing a fight win, which they haven't seen for 3 maps. And they get overeager, so they just step off the payload, and I think it's actually No Smite who's contesting long enough to contesting long enough to get there. So it's just Lucky Future. Everything that could have gone wrong for them has, and they find themselves off the barrel of a very awful time bank.
All right, lafon. Thank you very much.
We needed his help right there. That was
a little bit better. Yeah.
That was something else. Lucky Future gonna come out on the 3-2-1 composition, and Bilibili on the defense gonna be playing their style of the triple DPS with Winter on his trusty Pharah, doing so much damage. No one's looking at him. Already at 70% towards his ultimate, just pumping out so much damage.
He will have it almost. Since keeps his footing.
He grinded on that rail.
Yeah, God bless those rails.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4.
Exactly, leaked footage right here, ladies and gentlemen. Since very happy about that one. I mean, he's been practicing his skate tricks in the off season. It's paying off clearly. Bilibili will just win that fight though. They just roll over like Future and Winter's got Barrage. Shy has Dragon Strike. Yakumo has EMP. What do you do?
It's very difficult right now for Lucky Future. Maybe you're gonna be able to that nano boot, put it on Vettel, and try and possibly dive onto Coldest right there.
Here we go. They almost killed. Yes, they go. Shy dead right off the bat, but Mellow dead as well. Since the will shoot Winter out of the sky, a huge pick Free follows up. Mika down. This is big for Lucky Future. They will be able to take the advantage here.
That was actually a really nice play. They nanoed the Winston. It gets a lot of damage done. And then the biggest thing is it pulls Mika away from Winter on the Pharah. And then since knowing that is able to snipe the Pharah out of the sky. So nice coordination coming out from Lucky Future as Bilibili Gaming is going to be able to recontest with a couple of their ultimates, but they don't have the EMP. EvilX has the advantage with that.
Yeah, I mean, that fight went exactly as you called it, right? You just nano boost the Winston there. Winter, though, completely bottled up. Just goes down. And we see the EMP as well, just like that's what brought him down to the ground in the first place. And well, Yakumo slept here, so will not be able to build up to that EMP. And well, did use it in the last fight, didn't find much value. Unfortunately.
Oh, Waffle is so deep.
For Lucky Future there, Waffle weak, dies. Winter here looking for the barrage opportunity. He sees it. He makes do, only gets 1 kill though, so he's gonna come up a bit hungry in that sense. Yakumo trades his life for Vettles. No Smite will just die soon after to the nano boosted free in the front line there. So Lucky Future, I mean, they've got the payload moving. They got some progress here, Kenobi. So can they keep it going?
Yeah, a little bit of a scrappy fight there from both sides. Some ultimates being used when not really needed. We put the nano boost on the free when the fight was pretty much already won. No Smite with the core sitting on the payload, sitting on the point. Probably could have kept that one coming in this next fight, but they've been rotating their ultimates pretty well. Besides that, they're gonna have EvilX's EMP very soon. Again, Yakumo only 12%, so they're in the advantage at that part. Rally comes out to mitigate a lot of this damage coming from Pichette.
Exactly, because I mean, and this is just spam. This is just vanilla rockets from him. He's just holding left click right now. He doesn't need to do anything else, and he's forcing out ultimates just off the back of that. That shows you how much they need to counter him. Battle's just gonna die. They cannot be allowing this to happen. And Winter, no, you absolute madman. Oh, that is a gangster move.
You know what that is? That's when you type worth in all chat. That's what that is. You got the trade. You got the double barrage for the Diva. Definitely worth it.
That was a risky barrage too, but it
ended up working though.
Slick, very slick. Winter, I love it.
So a lot of ultimates that we're going to be having coming into the next fight, the EMPs for both sides available to them. And again, the one thing that's going to be important here is Waffle going to be able to dodge the EMP from Yakumo? He's done a good job of it so far. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, he does indeed. Great follow-up. Again, there is no Lucio on the side of Bilibili, so they don't have a sound barrier of their own. Oh, Winter in a bad position here. Needs to dodge that. Will be able to. The bomb falls down to earth, gravity takes effect, and Winter, well, he is immune to the effects of gravity with the help of his rocket boosters. Now, Vettel using the Primal Rage here. You're seeing him bottle shy up in the corner. We'll be able to get this kill almost at environmental. Never mind, he's not going to be able to because Brigitte is unkillable. I forgot. But
Shy's still alive.
That is literally the worst feeling if I'm Vettel right now. Okay, he does get the jump kill into coldest. That's a bit of a compensation for him, but he cannot kill Shy right now. Shy now uses Rally. He's invincible. Okay, Mello will knock him off the cliff, and that's the only way you can kill Shy, apparently. My goodness, Shy was an actual raid boss on the Brigitte.
Shy ate an entire Primal Rage, and then still lived after that a lot longer. They had to kill everyone around Shy, basically, live. As Yakumo comes in here, he has EMP, but he gets stunned.
He's dead. He's dead. Winter tries to salvage things with the barrage, manages to kill EvilX, but free refrags there. Lots of refrags coming through. I'm just looking at this. I mean, we see Brigitte's popping off left and right here. Shy and Mello both performing really well in these brig rolls, I must say. No Smite, though, will just be dead. The man advantage falling towards Lucky Future in this situation. Yakumo uses the EMP. Winter trying to follow up on it. Manages to kill Sins here. Valkyrie out. Well, I mean, if Winters manages to stay alive here with the help of Mika, yeah, Shy's going to toss him the armor pack, and well, the hack is going to wear off eventually, forcing Mello to use the rally here. Winter's been doing a great job, but now EMP comes through. All the members currently on the point will be caught in it, and they will all be wiped out. But still for Bilibili, great work in drawing out the ultimates from Lucky Future.
Yeah, this game's a little bit of a clown fiesta, Rien, that we're dealing with right here.
We gotta get some of the music in.
Yakumo in that last couple of fights, not playing the best Sombra I've ever seen him play. He translocates into the fight, but doesn't use doesn't use his EMP right away, so he gets stunned out and blown up immediately since he didn't have any escape routes, and then comes back in, hits an EMP when the fight is basically already over at that point. So not the best showing from Yakumo, but here in this next fight, Winter has this barrage. Let's see what he can do with it.
Far Mercy somehow avoids that bomb there. free, trying his best. He's gonna get bottled up there. Nice hack, by the way, from EvilX. That's a great peel, by the way. What they do right there is they matrix EvilX as he jumps up there, so he can get the hack off without having to worry about, of course, the damage knocking him out of it. So they've adapted their strategy, right, in terms of dealing with the Far Mercy. It seems they've just adapted it just a little bit too late. Would have been great to have that in a couple maps ago, but hey, it's working now at the very least. So they know how to counter this for the future. It's just a matter of learning from this. But well, Bilibili, do we call that a C9 as well?
No, that one's not. That one's not a C9.
Okay.
I think that one was just they were getting zoned out for a point.
Yeah. So
okay, Bilibili doesn't look nearly as clean as they did in those first 3 maps. It's definitely different. Like Winter with that barrage. Not sure what he was trying to do with that one. He was really high up in the air, and Free still had Defense Matrix available to them, so gets no value. Yakumo kind of playing fast and loose with his EMPs, ends the map by not even using that one EMP that he had farmed up. So this is kind of the mantra a little bit of BLG, where it comes to this last map and they don't play as clean as they have played in the first 3 maps. And it's something that, going into playoffs, especially in a 7-round set, and it's like if they get to the grand finals and they're playing 7 games, or semifinals and playing 7 games, you need to be winning this 4th map. You need to be getting those 4-0s. It's not just the 3-0.
Yeah, you really can't afford to be giving that up, because especially, right, because the most important part is momentum, right? We talk about momentum so much, and if you're that team and okay, we've got we're versing BLG right now. There's a payload map coming up. We really need some momentum. You can win that map because BLG, they probably won't play that as cleanly. I mean, that seems to be their kind of Achilles heel, I guess you could call it. So then all of a sudden you have yourself an advantage, and you might start some momentum towards the reverse sweep. So it's just you got to be careful with those things. So I'd like to see Bilibili to be more clean as well.
Yeah, and on the offense here for Lucky Future, we're going to be seeing more of that 2-2-2 style coming out from them with the Pharah and the Sombra. On the defense for Bilibili, we're going to be seeing a triple support setup with No Smite on the Orisa. Yakumo here, I'd like to see him be a little bit cleaner with those EMPs so far, as it looks like Winter's trying to take the duel against Mellow. It's one direct, but doesn't get the kill just yet.
Not quite yet. Gotta be patient. Gotta wait his turn. Nice hack there onto Free. Yakumo. Oh, there you go. There's the finish. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. Yakumo happens to turn left, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute. There's Mellow here, and he's 1 HP. Might as well kill him right here, right now."
He's like, "Oh, it's a very, very nice Pharah gift. Just falls right into my left. Easy kill for me." And now, 18 seconds left for the side of Lucky Future. It's looking pretty easy for the side of BLG. EvilX switches to the hot swap to the Widow. Gets a kill. Let's see what EvilX can do on this pick.
Hot swaps is, well, Yakumo does get res right off the bat here. 3 seconds left on the clock. Yakumo comes in. EMP out. Mellow just dead instantly. Not a whole lot he can do here. And, well, Valkyrie going to come out here. EvilX dead to Winter. Free takes a point-blank barrage. He literally dies before he even ejects out of the mech, by the way. That's how much damage they dealt to him. Vettel jumps up in the air and does not touch down. Well, he touches down, but he touches down dead. So that was that was a quick Rialto, kind of what we expected there. I mean, Lucky Future doesn't have a whole lot of time to work.
You know what's good though? You know what's good? EvilX is expanding his hero pool. That's good. That's like the one thing I can say from that last round is the fact that EvilX switches on to Widow. So he's not just a Somber one trick anymore. He's got a Widow in his back pocket. Didn't do
there we go.
A whole lot, but he's stretching out, feeling the water, testing it, seeing how it is with that Widowmaker. It seems okay. Yeah. You're gonna need it for 2-2-2. You're gonna need a Widow player for 2-2-2 because double snipers like it's gonna be the composition. So EvilX, let's see a bit more of that.
There you go, my man. Get a little more Widow in there. The 2-2-2. It's gonna be really interesting to see how it shakes things up, especially in playoffs. I mean, we've seen a lot of 3. I mean, yeah, like we've talked about. Let me just collect myself here. BLG, such a good GOATS team, right? Such a good 3-3 team. What happens when they get into 2-2-2? We're kind of seeing them play some 2-2-2 here, and they look okay, right? They look like they're enough to beat Lucky Future, but against other teams, right? Especially if they make Showdown and then Gauntlet as well. If they start facing off against teams from other regions, how are they going to fare against those teams? Is the big question.
Yep. And I think as we're going to be seeing here, what Bilibili is running, this is kind of a blue and of what we expect is Shy is probably going to be on the Widow, and Winter most likely going to be on the Pharah. This combination from Yakumo and No Smite, the Halt Hook, even when Over is in the lineup instead, Yakumo has played an incredibly good Hog so far. As we see right here, Hook, that's a Brigitte in the enemy team. Most likely going to go down.
Very aggressive so far from Lucky Future. I mean, they have to, right?
Yeah.
You're literally in a situation where you are forced. You either spawn camp them for 2 minutes or you lose the map. And well,
Winter
just comes in, direct rockets free in the face. He's chasing down Since now. He will get slept for his aggression.
Since he's 1 health. There we go.
Yeah, No Smite finishes him off here. Well,
Yeah, that's gonna be that.
That's GG's. GG's only for Lucky Future there. They will get the 0 wins here. Okay, well, it's not quite over yet. Equal X returning to the fight. Waffle as well, and they're just dead.
Now it's over.
They're just dead. Now it's over. GG's.
GG's.
Gaming taking it 4-0 over Lucky Future. Bilibili truly just playing out of their minds tonight. They were in the zone. You could tell how cleanly, how concisely these fights were, and how concisely they wrapped them up. How good their communication was, their ult usage. Really, I mean, I'm no analyst, and of course we'll have to bring LaFon back in. But I think BLG, I think they played pretty impeccably tonight.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So LaFon, yeah, come on in here.
Hello.
Let's talk about this this
Hello.
4-0 score line here. I mean, we said this was going to be a close game, or a good game, and surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, depending on what you were thinking before the game. Bilibili to take it 4-0.
Yeah, I think the 4-0 is not surprising. I think what is surprising is how little competition Lucky Future provided in the latter 3 maps. I think that's the surprise here, right? Because I think in map number 1 we saw a very close map, and yeah, it was a 2-1, and Lucky Future still proved that they could compete. One of the stages that they lost was 100 to 99, so it was really close there as well. But then Bilibili just turned it into a different gear, and then the later 3 maps it was all Bilibili. Even on this map, Rialto, where there was the full completion, I feel like Lucky Future just didn't have control at any point in the map itself, and it really felt like Bilibili let fights slip away from them rather than Lucky Future taking advantage. And I think that's going to be a big difference maker heading into next week, which is our last week of play into playoffs, of course. So we have 1 day plus 1 week's left of matches here in Chinese Contenders tomorrow, and then obviously week 5 before playoffs rolls around. So for Bilibili, this was a maintenance match too. There is an element of that coming into play, of course, that they they are the better team. We knew they were going to make it into playoffs just by the sheer nature of their record to this point. Their map differential is much better than anyone else in Chinese Contenders at all. And so, yeah, they proved that they could run the 2-2-2 in as much as we saw it today. So and looking pretty good.
Yeah, and with Bilibili Gaming, they've basically they've secured a playoff spot at this point with the 4-0 record. Don't think that there's any possibility that they can fall out of that. But interestingly enough, the next week is going to be a huge week for Chinese Contenders and how the playoffs are going to be shaping up, because Bilibili is going to play T1W.
Yeah,
and
here you can get a
that's
quick look
going
at
to as we see the standings here. The T1W Bilibili game is going to decide who gets first place.
That is going to be.
It should be mentioned. It should be mentioned that the Spark gave a video notice or a video piece that Bazzi and No Smite are going back to the main roster. So Bilibili will have the standard roster coming in next week, most likely, right? With the roster that we saw a lot of the time today, where it'd be Over instead of No Smite. So that should be a big difference there. I don't think it's a big deal. Just a different style. I think No Smite was the better Orisa, but Over was no slouch either. So it should be mentioned that as well. So a lot coming through here for Bilibili. They're looking to win it out again. A win next week would be huge for them. They would cement themselves as number 1, no questions asked.
I think Kenobi has, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's happened to him. I think he's been frozen in time. May got to him, truly. He's just
unfortunate.
Poor guy. So we'll have to continue on ourselves, LaFon. Well,
yep.
Thankfully, there's not much left to do, but just kind of wrap things up. But we're gonna stick around for a bit for the highlights. So let's talk the implications again of 2-2-2, right? Because it is again so incredibly important, right? Especially BLG going up against T1W. that's going to be, as we already talked about, a crazy matchup. But then when you factor in 2-2-2, how's that going to throw a wrench in the gears? And what do you think?
I think what we might end up seeing is next week just go back to what the teams are really looking to play historically. Like I think we might see more standard play for the patch next week from these two teams, because again, it's the top two teams of this group. Interesting that we're seeing them in the last week of play. It will be a marker for later on, perhaps down in the playoffs. So should be interesting how that one goes out. But I really do expect it to be a close match. T1W, the weaker team, I think is fair to say, but T1W has a good or bad habit, depending on which side of the coin you're on, of surprising teams with a better gameplay than we expect. You know, they eked their way into Showdown, managed to find their way, managed to keep their spot to Gauntlet, right? Keep China's spot to Gauntlet. So it should be real interesting to see if they pull more of that magic out of the hat, so to speak, in the final week against Bilibili.
Yes, indeed. Seems that match apparently was too much for Kenobi's internet there, and it's just completely given up.
Yeah, farewell. Along with Lucky Future, he sort of left the chat himself. So.
Yep. He's gone OTM, as our good friend Panda would say.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, I think because 2-2-2 is not forced yet, there's no need to play it beyond just pride and practice. So, but in a match like that where you have a lot on the line, probably, you know, they're not gonna 100% see that there. So overall, the standings for today: 3-1 T1W GZA over Light Gaming, 4-0, 2 4-0s actually for BTRG and Bilibili Gaming. So really interesting games overall today. And again, we've got more tomorrow.
Yep. I think we could take just a quick recap of the day. Of course, is that if we take a look at take a moment to talk about BTRG over Phantom Wizard, the second match of the day. It's good for BTRG.